All right, so get this. Today, we're diving into some declassified CIA documents
Oh, wow.
about something called the Gateway Experience.
Okay.
And
Guess that's interesting.
it's a training system, supposedly, to enhance consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets, well, pretty wild.
Wild is an understatement.
Is it really?
We're talking about like altering your brain waves and maybe potentially
Wow.
tapping into hidden dimensions.
Okay, so let's unpack this a little bit.
Sure.
The documents talk about synchronizing both hemispheres of the brain.
Right.
Is that kind of the key to unlocking that?
That's the core concept, yeah.
Okay.
The idea is that when both sides of your brain are working in unison,
Yeah.
you can access kind of a wider range of consciousness.
So instead of just using like half our brain power,
Mhm.
we're firing on all cylinders.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm intrigued already.
And the documents suggest that there are practical techniques
Okay.
to achieve this.
Oh, wow.
They delve into different brainwave frequencies, alpha, beta, theta, and delta,
Right.
each associated with a specific state of consciousness.
So like alpha waves for relaxation, beta waves when we're focused.
Exactly.
Okay.
And get this.
Yeah.
The gateway experience uses something called Hemi-Sync,
Hemi-Sync.
which uses specific sound frequencies to actually guide your brain into these different states.
So you're saying like there are recordings
Yeah.
that can help us achieve this brain synchronization.
That's what the documents suggest, yeah.
Like average people can just like listen to these.
These gateway tapes, yeah,
Whoa,
they
okay.
use these Hemi-Sync frequencies to manipulate brainwaves.
So it's like a workout routine, but for your consciousness.
I like that analogy. That's a good way to put it.
So these tapes are like guided meditations with a technological boost.
Yeah, they're designed to help you achieve
Okay.
deeper levels of awareness and focus.
Wow.
And it gets even wilder.
That's it.
The documents describe a state
Mm.
called Focus 10.
Okay, focus 10.
Yeah.
What happens there?
This is where things get really interesting.
Right.
Focus 10 is described as a point where you can start accessing information
Hmm.
from outside your physical reality.
Okay, now I'm really hooked.
Right?
Are we talking about like tapping into a universal consciousness or something?
The documents explore the concept of a holographic universe,
Whoa, okay.
suggesting that our consciousness can interact with this universal hologram
Okay.
to gain knowledge and maybe even influence events.
Wait, so the gateway experience is suggesting we can not only perceive information beyond our physical senses, but also like potentially influence reality with our minds.
There's a lot to process, I know.
That's a lot to process.
But the documents don't stop there.
Oh, no.
They outline specific techniques used in the training.
Oh, wow.
I call them things like color breathing
color breathing.
and the energy bar tool.
Color breathing. What in the world is that?
It does involve actual breathing. It's a visualization technique where you imagine inhaling specific colors of light and exhaling like negativity.
So different colors have different energetic frequencies. Is that the idea?
Exactly, yeah.
okay.
You can use your breath to manipulate those energies within your body.
So it's like a way to cleanse and energize yourself using the power of your mind.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the energy bar tool is another visualization technique where you imagine like a bar of energy running through your body,
Okay.
and you can use it to scan for tension
Uh-huh.
or direct energy to areas that need healing.
So we're talking about like practical exercises that anyone can try.
Yeah, it seems to be the intention behind the Gateway experience.
Okay, so this is starting to feel a little less like science fiction
Right.
and more like something I could actually explore.
It provides tools and techniques to help you unlock and harness the power of your own consciousness.
This is incredible.
It is pretty amazing.
Okay, but let's be real for a second.
Sure.
If it were that easy,
Yeah.
wouldn't everybody be doing it?
Well, the documents emphasize consistent practice and focus.
So it's not just like a magic bullet.
No.
It's more like developing a skill.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like learning to play an instrument or mastering a new language. It takes dedication and effort.
Right. But the potential rewards, according to the documents, are immense.
Like what?
Imagine being able to access heightened creativity, deeper understanding,
Wow.
or even tap into your intuition for problem solving.
I have to admit, the skeptic in me is still struggling a little bit.
Understandable.
But the possibilities are just wow.
It is a lot to take in,
Yeah.
but the documents do present kind of a structured approach to exploring these concepts.
So it's not just about listening to some tapes and hoping for the best.
Right.
There's a real methodology to it.
Yes, and from what we've seen so far, a lot of it involves practical techniques that can be incorporated into everyday life.
So maybe we should dive into some of these techniques and see how they work.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
I'm really curious about this color breathing now.
Okay.
Do you think we could try it?
We can definitely explore that.
Awesome.
It's important to remember that these techniques are meant to be practiced and experienced,
right?
Not just discussed.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe we can guide our listener through a simple exercise.
Now you're talking.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's go for it. Okay, so let's guide you through like a simplified color breathing exercise.
Yeah.
This is a technique that can help you, relax, release tension, even shift your energy.
I'm ready.
Okay, great.
What do I do?
First, find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down.
Okay.
Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, just focusing on the rhythm of your breath.
Okay, I'm relaxed. My eyes are closed.
Okay, perfect.
What's next?
Now, visualize a bright, vibrant color that you associate with positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
It could be blue for calmness, green for healing, or yellow for joy.
I'm picturing like a bright, sunny yellow, like a field of sunflowers.
Perfect. Now, as you inhale, imagine breathing in that color, just filling your entire body with its vibrant energy.
Mm-hmm.
As you exhale, visualize any negativity or stress leaving your body.
Yeah.
Like as a dark, smoky color.
Okay, so I'm breathing in this bright yellow. I'm feeling it fill my chest.
Yeah.
Spread throughout my body. And as I exhale, I see this dark smoke disappearing, like clouds dissolving in the sunlight.
That's great. Keep breathing in the color.
Okay.
Feeling its positive energy revitalize you.
Yeah.
Imagine it washing away any tension or stress, leaving you feeling refreshed and energized.
It's amazing how just visualizing this color and like connecting it with my breath, it can really create like such a tangible shift in my energy, I feel. Like lighter and more relaxed already.
That's the power of the mind-body connection. The Gateway experience is all about harnessing that connection to unlock your potential.
So is this color breathing technique just one example of the practical tools outlined in the documents?
Right. The documents describe several visualization techniques and mental exercises.
Oh, wow.
Designed to help you gain control over your energy and awareness.
It's fascinating to think that, like, we might have this untapped potential within us.
Yeah.
Just waiting to be activated.
It's a reminder that we're far more powerful than we often realize. And the Gateway experience, while just one path, provides kind of a framework for exploring those possibilities.
Okay, but let's be realistic.
Sure.
Not everyone has access to, like, these Gateway tapes or the full training program.
Right.
Is there anything, like, that people can do on their own?
Absolutely.
To kind of tap into these concepts?
Many of the principles and techniques outlined in the documents can be adapted and practiced independently.
So you're saying there are other ways to achieve similar effects?
Yes, there are many resources available online, such as binaural beat recordings and guided meditations that can help you explore different brainwave states.
So even without, like, the official Gateway program, people can experiment with these concepts using, like, readily available resources.
Exactly. And many of the visualization techniques, like the color breathing we just tried, are simple and accessible to anyone. It's all about practicing consistently and exploring what works best for you.
So it's about taking those core principles and adapting them to your own individual needs and goals.
Precisely. The Gateway experience provides a framework, but ultimately it's up to each individual to explore and personalize their journey.
I'm curious about those focus levels we touched on earlier.
Yeah.
The document describes them as like stages of progressively deeper states of consciousness.
Right.
Is this something people can achieve on their own?
Well,
or is it specific to the Gateway program?
The focus levels, as described in the documents, are specifically linked to the structured program of the Gateway experience.
Okay.
However, the concept of progressively deepening your awareness and expanding your consciousness is not exclusive to any one program.
So you're saying it's possible to achieve similar states of expanded awareness through other means?
Absolutely. Practices like meditation, mindfulness, yoga, and even certain forms of creative expression
Wow.
can all be pathways to deepening your awareness and tapping into higher states of consciousness.
So the gateway experience might provide like a specific roadmap,
Right.
but the destination is ultimately accessible
Yeah.
through various paths.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
The key is to find a practice that resonates with you and commit to exploring its depth.
It's empowering to know that we're not limited
Right.
to one specific program or method.
Exactly.
We can create our own unique journey of self-discovery.
Exactly. And remember, the journey itself is just as important as the destination.
Right.
It's about exploring, experimenting, and discovering what works best for you.
I think that's a great message to leave our listeners with.
Yeah,
And exploring consciousness is an ongoing process of self-discovery.
It is. And with the right tools and mindset, anyone can embark on this journey and unlock their hidden potential.
You know, it's inspiring to think that we all have
Yeah.
this capacity for like growth and exploration within us.
It really is. And the more we learn about like the brain and consciousness, the more we realize just how much potential we have.
You know, when we started this deep dive into the gateway experience, I have to admit, I was pretty skeptical.
Right.
But the more we unpack these documents, the more I'm starting to see the possibilities.
It's understandable to be skeptical, you know.
Right.
These concepts challenge our conventional understanding of reality.
Yeah.
But the document does present a compelling case, drawing upon scientific principles and research into consciousness.
And what's really resonated with me is the focus on practical techniques.
Right.
It's not just about esoteric theories, but about like tangible tools and exercises that anyone can try.
Right. The gateway experience, even if you take some of the claims with a grain of salt, offers a framework for understanding and working with your own consciousness.
And it seems like a lot of these techniques can be incorporated into everyday life.
Right.
Even without the full program.
Yeah.
Like we tried the color breathing exercise earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
And I felt a real shift in my energy.
Exactly. Practices like visualization, meditation, and mindfulness can be powerful tools for self-exploration and personal growth.
It's like we have this incredible power within us, and we're only just beginning to tap into it.
And the gateway experience, in a way, gives us a glimpse into what might be possible when we unlock that potential.
But, you know, I keep coming back to this question of whether any of this like actually works.
Right.
You know, are there any real world examples or evidence to support these claims?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
I guess so.
The document itself relies heavily on anecdotal evidence and theoretical frameworks. However, there is a growing body of research that supports the idea of neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity.
The brain's ability to change and adapt throughout our lives.
So you're saying that even if we can't definitively prove things like out-of-body experiences, there's scientific evidence to suggest that we can train our brains to achieve altered states of consciousness.
Exactly. And there are countless reports from individuals who have experienced profound shifts in awareness and perception through practices like meditation, yoga, and even certain forms of therapy.
So the gateway experience might be a unique approach, but it's tapping into a larger phenomenon of human potential and consciousness exploration that's been around for centuries.
Precisely. And whether or not you subscribe to the specific theories outlined in the documents, the core message of harnessing the power of your mind is something we can all benefit from exploring.
This whole deep dive has been like such a fascinating journey.
It has.
It's challenged me to think differently about the nature of reality and the potential that like lies within us.
It's been a pleasure exploring these concepts with you.
Absolutely.
And I hope it sparked a sense of curiosity and wonder in our listeners as well.
I think it definitely has. And you know what's really striking me now is that the gateway experience, even with all of its mind-bending ideas, ultimately comes down to a simple message. We have the power to shape our own reality.
That's a powerful takeaway. And it's a reminder that the journey of self-discovery and consciousness exploration is one that we can all embark on.
And maybe that's the most valuable lesson of all. That the true gateway to unlocking our potential lies within ourselves.
Beautifully said.
Well, on that note, we'll leave you with this final thought. What if the limitations we perceive in reality are merely reflections of the limitations we place on our own consciousness? If the gateway experience could teach us anything,
Yeah.
it might be to question our assumptions and explore the true potential that lies within each and every one of us.